The experience of waking up in the middle of the night due to calf cramps is by no means unique to you. What if the real relief solution doesn't come from the medicine cabinet but is hidden in the daily diet list? Frequent lower limb muscle contractions in the elderly not only cause discomfort, but also intense pain, physical exhaustion, and are often misrecognized. What if there is a series of natural and delicious ingredients that can gently regulate the state of muscle groups, optimize blood microcirculation, and help you sleep soundly throughout the night without being disturbed by convulsions? Would you be willing to try? This issue will reveal 10 clinically proven dietary choices to help strengthen the lower limb muscle groups and improve activity flexibility. And no medical prescription is required at all. Some of these ingredients may be waiting in your pantry, while others may subvert your existing perception. Before we officially start, please interact with us, mark your current viewing location, and feel free to speak your mind in the comments section. If you pursue intelligent anti-aging solutions and the path of natural health preservation, be sure to click the subscribe button and become a member of the Institute of Healthy Aging. Your journey to a healthier self starts here. First, we recommend the golden fruit bananas. Why can this tropical fruit rank first in the anti-cramp diet? It's no coincidence that it's known as a natural electrolyte supplement tablet. As an important carrier of potassium, this mineral plays a key role in regulating muscle contraction and nerve conduction. Hypokalemia is one of the main causes of lower limb convulsions, especially those occurring at night, for the elderly whose muscle water storage capacity decreases with age. This convenient fruit can be regarded as an electrolyte balance regulator. How does the potassium ion achieve the anti-cramp mechanism? When the potassium concentration in the body decreases, muscle fibers become abnormally sensitive to nerve stimuli, triggering involuntary contractions. Potassium, through its coordinated operation with sodium and magnesium, maintains muscle fibers in a stable response state and avoids overstress. A single standard banana contains approximately 422 mg of potassium, fully meeting 11 of the daily requirement and having a significant effect on maintaining normal muscle function. Does the type of banana affect the potassium supplementing effect? The answer is yes. Bananas with a high degree of ripeness have an increased fructose content, while green Steinzun bananas are rich in resistant starch, which is more conducive to blood sugar stability. For people with abnormal glucose metabolism or those who need to control carbohydrates, it is recommended to choose smaller and harder bananas. In this way, they can obtain sufficient potassium and avoid the risk of blood sugar fluctuations. Does this fruit also have a nerve-regulating function? Indeed. In addition to the core potassium elements, the pyridixin vitamin B6 it contains has a synergistic effect on nerve signal conduction. This is particularly beneficial for the elderly with lower limb tingling, mild peripheral neuropathy, or restless leg syndrome. How can the elderly optimize their intake? It is recommended to eat it during the morning or midday snack time. It is easy to digest and suitable for a variety of recipes. It can be sliced and decorated on oatmeal, made into a nutritious smoothie with kale and steamed yogurt, or paired with almonds to form a potassium-magnesium-protein golden triangle. Are there any contraindications? Most people can eat it without worry, but those with renal dysfunction need to pay attention to the intake, and those with high blood sugar are advised to monitor their glucose metabolism indicators. In special cases, alternative high potassium ingredients such as avocados or kale can be selected. 2. Avocado. In the battle against lower limb muscle cramps, how does this dark green fruit show a protective effect that surpasses that of bananas? Although bananas are the king of potassium supplementing foods, avocados outperform them in both potassium and magnesium content. These two electrolytes play a decisive role in the operation of muscle fibers. Scientific data shows that the potassium content of a single avocado is 17 higher than that of a standard banana, and it also contains a 9 fatty acid complex, which can not only nourish nerve endings but also inhibit the inflammatory response. This is by no means an ordinary fruit, but a multidimensional physiological regulator wrapped in a rough fruit shell. How do its special lipids promote muscle group health? Avocados are rich in monounsaturated fatty acids, which have significant anti-inflammatory properties. They can effectively relieve the hypertonic state of myofascia and the oversensitivity of nerve endings commonly found in the elderly. Such high-quality lipids also act as carriers of fat-soluble vitamins, promoting the bioavalanche of key nutrients such as vitamin D3, which is directly involved in calcium ion metabolism and the regulation of sarcoma contraction. Does the anti-cramp effect of magnesium ions match that of potassium ions? Undoubtedly. As an endogenous muscle relaxant in the body, magnesium can stabilize the release of neurotransmitters at nerve synapses and block involuntary contractions caused by abnormal electrical signal conduction. Given the common drug-induced magnesium loss and age-related absorption disorders in the elderly, supplementation for magnesium-rich foods such as avocados can restore electrolyte homeostasis and significantly reduce the incidence of gastronections and muscle convulsions. Does it have a synergistic effect for the elderly with osteoarthritic lesions? This is precisely the unique advantage of avocados. In addition to the core minerals, its lipid components contain plant-active ingredients such as citrulline, combined with an array of antioxidants such as lutein. Clinical evidence has shown that it can reduce the level of inflammatory factors in the joints and ovum, relieve morning stiffness and exercise-induced muscle fatigue. For the elderly who are simultaneously troubled by lower limb cramps and degenerative joint diseases, a dual protection mechanism is formed. How to optimize the intake method to improve bioavalanche? It is recommended to adopt a cross-meal compound intake plan, crush it into a paste and spread it on quinoa bread. Blend it into a kale protein drink, or cut it into pieces and pair it with arugula salad. When combined with chia seeds rich in magnesium or dairy products high in calcium, a nutritional synergistic amplification effect can be produced, achieving three-dimensional maintenance of the neuromuscular system. Is there a risk of excessive intake? It should be noted that its unit calorie density is relatively high, about 320 kcal to 100 g. Although it is beneficial fat, the daily intake still needs to be controlled. It is recommended to consume 1 of an avocado per day, especially for those who are sensitive to weight management. People with renal insufficiency need to monitor their blood potassium levels and are recommended to consume it under the guidance of a clinical nutritionist. For most healthy elderly people, an intake of 50-75 g times a week can obtain the best benefits. We compared horizontally with the anti-cramp food spectrum. What unique advantages does the avocado have, compared with simple electrolyte supplementing foods? It innovatively integrates three protection modules: electrolyte balance regulation, potassium, magnesium, calcium, nerve sheath repair, healthy lipids, and anti-inflammation and antioxidation phytochemicals. This trinity nutritional composition makes it an excellent food choice for the elderly to fight lower limb cramps, especially suitable for complex cases accompanied by metabolic syndrome or degenerative diseases. 3. Swiss chard. Among the natural ingredients for preventing senile lower limb cramps. Why has this green-leafed plant become the focus of nutritionists' research? Swiss chard is by no means an ordinary salad ingredient. It is actually a dual-effect nutrient aggregate rich in magnesium and organic nitrates. Its uniqueness lies in the nitrate precursor substances it contains, which can significantly enhance peripheral circulation perfusion, especially in the areas of the lower extremities where cramps are prone to occur, which is the pathophysical basis of abnormal muscle contractions at night. How do the nitrogen oxides in this plant interfere with the mechanism of cramp occurrence? Its metabolite, nitric oxide NO, as an endogenous vasodilator, effectively dilates the microvascular network by activating the gallate cyclase pathway. The increased blood perfusion rate ensures that muscle cells receive sufficient oxygen supply and ATP energy substrates, significantly reducing the risk of tonic contractions caused by lactic acid accumulation. This has special protective value for the elderly with microcirculation disorders. For the elderly with degenerated digestive functions, what is the best way to consume it? Mild thermal processing such as low-temperature steaming or quick frying can decompose about 40 of oxalate crystals, a natural anti-nutrient factor that chelates divalent metal ions. Through appropriate cooking, the bioavalanche of magnesium is increased by 27. It is recommended to pair it with extra virgin olive oil to promote the absorption of fat-soluble nutrients and optimize nutrient intake. Does this ingredient have specific protection against nocturnal seizures of cramps? Mechanistic analysis shows that its magnesium ions maintain the stability of the muscle fiber membrane potential by regulating the gating of calcium ion channels. The vasocative effect of nitrate metabolites is more significant at rest, Consuming 100 g of cooked Swiss chard at dinner can maintain a stable threshold of serum magnesium concentration at night and reduce the probability of abnormal discharge of motor neurons. Is it suitable for the elderly with a sodium-restricted diet? As a typical ingredient with low sodium and high potassium NH/A ratio reaching 15.3, its electrolyte composition perfectly meets the needs of cardiovascular protection. Each 100 g of fresh product contains only 20 g of sodium but provides 558 g of potassium, while maintaining the function of the cell membrane sodium-potassium pump. It avoids nocturnal polyuria-induced electrolyte disorders caused by high sodium intake. How to achieve innovative meal integration. Thetan's segmented compound intake strategy is recommended. Mix it into chia seed yogurt in the morning. Use it as the base of quinoa rice at noon, and incorporate it into mushroom and tofu soup at dinner. When combined with colorful peppers or kiwis rich in VC, the absorption rate of non-E iron can be increased by 3-4 times, forming a benign cycle of hematopoiesis oxygen-untarring muscle oxygen metabolism. How does this ingredient form a nutritional synergy matrix with the aforementioned anti-cramp foods? Compared with the rapid potassium supplementing property of bananas and the nerve sheath repairing function of avocados, Swiss chard focuses on magnesium homeostasis regulation and microcirculation improvements. The 3 gold and triangle protection system. Bananas potassium quickly correct electrolyte imbalance. Avocados healthy lipids block the release of inflammatory mediators. Swiss chard magnesium and O double regulate neuromuscular conduction. This multi-target intervention model provides a 3-dimensional solution for complex senile cramps. 4. Coca-crabistic seeds, pumpkin seeds. How can a micronutrition EPO make a big difference in protecting against lower limb cramps? Don't be deceived by its physical form. This autumn through crystallization scientific name cucurbit pepo seeds is actually the natural carrier with the highest magnesium enrichment in the plant kingdom. Every 28 grams of shelled seeds can meet 37 of the daily magnesium requirements, and it also carries complex nutrients such as zinc and diaminabitic acid precursors, which can be regarded as a portable anti-cramp energy core. Why do these seeds have special physiological value for the elderly? The organic chelated magnesium contained in them has a very high bioavailability up to 85, which can precisely regulate the potential of the motor end plate of the gastromections muscle group and has a preventive effect especially against periodic muscle stiffness in the lower limbs. In addition to the basic anti-cramp function, do they have the value of optimizing sleep? Research has confirmed that the L-carnitine precursor for serotonin and melatonin synthesis and phytosterol complex contained in them can cross the blood-brain barrier to promote deep sleep. For elderly patients who have difficulty falling back to sleep after waking up due to nocturnal cramps, a dual intervention mechanism is formed. What are the advantages of natural seeds compared with chemically synthesized magnesium agents? In addition to avoiding the risk of excessive intake, its complete nutritional matrix contains trace elements such as manganese and copper can activate more than 300 enzyme systems. Clinical data shows that the absorption rate of dietary magnesium is 23 higher than that of inorganic magnesium. Hence, it will not cause side effects such as gastrointestinal discomfort. How can we improve nutritional efficiency through dietary compatibility? It is recommended to use a low-temperature baking process 120 C to retain active ingredients. It is suggested to use them as an all-day nutritional carrier. Mix them into flaxseed porridge in the morning. Sprinkle them on quinoa salad at noon, and mix them into kefir yogurt at night. It is especially recommended to consume 5-8 g1 before going to bed to establish a neuromuscular relaxation state through the synergistic effect of magnesium TRP. Are they suitable for patients with concurrent peripheral neuropathy? The compound ratio of zinc magnesium 3 in them can significantly improve the nerve conduction speed increase by 15. Clinical cases show that after continuous intake for 8 weeks, the attack frequency of restless leg syndrome is reduced by 42. It is especially suitable for complex cases of diabetic neuropathy accompanied by lower limb cramps. What is its strategic position in the anti-cramp nutritional matrix? Compared with the rapid potassium supplementation of bananas, the anti-inflammatory lipids of avocados, and the circulation optimization of Swiss chard, these seeds focus on the regulation of the circadian rhythm of magnesium and the balance of neurotransmitters. Just like the regulator of the circadian rhythm in the nutritional teen, it maintains the homeostasis of the neuromuscular system during the resting period. The unique phytosterol component that can even enhance the bioavalanche of other anti-cramp nutrients. 5. The dual nutritional scheme of deep-sea fish for preventing muscle cramps. Two types of marine organisms, salmon and sardines, with their unique fatty acid combinations and mineral compositions, have formed a compound healing mechanism for preventing cramps in the locomotor system. These silver, white, shiny fish contain 3 unsaturated fatty acid complexes that are scarce in the plant kingdom. Clinical studies have confirmed that they can effectively reduce the concentration of inflammatory factors in muscle tissues and joint cavities, which are the root causes of chronic twitching and tissue stiffness. What's more noteworthy is the coexcisting vitamin and E3 and calcium phosphorus compounds in them, which have an irreplaceable physiological value for maintaining the efficiency of neuromuscular junctions in the elderly. The molecular mechanism of 3 fatty acids blocking the inflammatory conduction chain. The key to exploring its function lies in that these long-chain fatty acids can selectively inhibit the transcriptional activity of cyclooxygenase to COX2, and then reduce the biosynthesis of pain, causing inflammatory mediators such as prostaglandin E2. For elderly patients who are tortured by nocturnal gastronections, muscle cramps, and accompanied by degenerative joint diseases, the 3-dimensional protection system composed of 3 can not only shape a comfortable exercise state but also create a regeneration environment for the damaged connective tissues. The advantage of calcium bioavalanche of small fish. When sardines are eaten with their cartilage structure intact, 300 milligrams of calcium with high absorbability can be released per 100 grams, which is more in line with the metabolic characteristics of the osteoporosis population compared with dairy products. It should be emphasized that this organic calcium is transported across the membrane through the calmodens channel activated by magnesium, and together with potassium ions, it forms a stabilizer for the membrane potential of the cell membrane. Data shows that 68 of those with intermittent calf twitches have fluctuations in the blood calcium concentration threshold, and targeted supplementation can significantly reduce the probability of abnormal discharge of muscle bundles. The regulatory function of the sunshine vitamin on neuromuscular spindles. As a fat-soluble signaling molecule, vitamin E3 not only promotes the expression of calcium-binding proteins in the intestinal epithelium but also maintains the contraction rhythm by regulating the calcium ion concentration gradient between fast and slow muscle fibers, especially in high-latitude areas with insufficient sunlight. Obtaining this steroid hormone precursor from cold water fish can improve the neuromuscular coordination disorder of the elderly by 66. The nutritional support scheme of the day-night protection system. The combination of 3 and the calcium vitamin and E complex forms an all-day physiological barrier in the morning. It reduces exercise-induced cramps by inhibiting the production of TNF. And at night, it strengthens calcium homeostasis to prevent involuntary contractions during the resting state. This quadruple protection mechanism, anti-inflammation, mineralization, nerve regulation, membrane stabilization, has been proven to reduce the recurrence rate of muscle cramps in people over 50 years old by 41. When using plant-based DHA sourced from seaweed, it needs to be used in combination with vitamin K2 and fermented soybean products. And acetylcholine is activated by the carboxylation of metoquinone 7. For strict vegetarians, the combination of chia seeds soaking liquid and mushrooms irradiated by ultraviolet light can increase the biconverse rate of 1.25 dehydrogenase and D while supplementing 3. 6. Fermented dairy products. The fermented products and dairy products are not only excellent for taste enjoyment but also high-quality supply stations of calcium. These foods have excellent digestive friendliness for the elderly whose digestive function gradually weakens when the intake of calcium sources, such as dark green vegetables or seafood, is insufficient. They are an excellent dietary supplement scheme. What are the unique advantages of fermented dairy products compared with sardines or green leafy ingredients, different from seafood that requires cooking and processing? These dairy products have a refreshing texture and diverse application scenarios. They can not only be used as a morning energy supplement but also as an afternoon snack, and even be upgraded to the base formula of a nutritious smoothie. Compared with plant-based calcium sources, the biologically available calcium contained in them is more easily and efficiently absorbed by the human body. It is particularly noteworthy that most fermented dairy products are additionally added with vitamin E complex components. This golden combination can significantly improve the calcium absorption rate and form a synergistic effect on 112. In addition to relieving muscle cramps, What other potential values do these dairy products have? High-protein varieties represented by Greek-style fermented milk, with their high-quality milk protein contents, can help repair muscle fibers and maintain muscle strength, which is crucial for maintaining the motor function of the lower limbs. What's more striking is the active probiotic group contained in them. These guardians of intestinal health can indirectly promote the absorption efficiency of key anti-cramp minerals such as magnesium and potassium by improving the function of the digestive system. For the elderly, does Greek-style fermented milk have more advantages? Its nutritional composition does show significant advantages. The protein content reaches twice the baseline of regular fermented milk. The sugar content is precisely controlled, and the supplementation of potassium elements is strengthened at the same time. The unique, rich, and mellow texture brings a better taste experience, and it is an ideal choice for the elderly who pay attention to the balance between calorie control and nutritional density. This dense texture can have an excellent combination with anti-cramp ingredients such as crushed nuts, chia seeds, blueberries, etc., creating a multi-nutrient superposition effects. How should the elderly with lactose intolerance make a choice? Currently, the specially developed formulas on the market have solved this problem. Greek-style fermented milk and lactose-free products significantly reduce the lactose content through special processes, achieving a mild digestion experience. There are also diversified plant-based fermented milks such as almond milk-based, coconut milk-based, soybean milk-based that are scientifically fortified with calcium and vitamin D, and they can also provide muscle support functions comparable to traditional dairy products. How can we use these dairy products to improve nocturnal lower limb cramps? Calcium plays a key role in regulating neuromuscular excitability, especially during the resting state. It is recommended to consume an appropriate amount of fermented dairy products in the evening. If paired with rich in magnesium such as pumpkin seed kernels, crushed almonds, a dual soothing mechanism can be formed, which can not only relax the muscle tissue but also soothe the nervous system, helping the elderly to have a peaceful sleep without the trouble of cramps. 7. Nutritional analysis of poultry eggs. As a natural nutrition depot, the full value protein value of poultry egg products is widely known, but what is little known is the preventive effect of the cobalenol contained in them on lower limb cramps. This water-soluble vitamin plays a pivotal role in nerve conduction and red blood cell synthesis, and both of them jointly ensure the oxygen transport and muscle group regulation. When the intake of this nutrient is insufficient, it may not only cause abnormal muscle contractions but also lead to abnormal discharge of peripheral nerves, significantly increasing the probability of nocturnal cramps. How does cobalenol maintain the homeostasis of the neuromuscular system? Its core mechanism lies in maintaining the integrity of the myelin sheath structure to ensure the precise conduction of nerve impulses between motor neurons and muscle fibers, especially for the elderly whose metabolic function gradually weakens due to the reduced gastrointestinal absorption efficiency. More attention should be paid to the intake of this mild and efficient nutrient source of poultry eggs. How should we choose between the nutrition of egg white and egg yolk? It depends on individual health management goals. The egg white part focuses on pure protein supplementation and does not contain cholesterol, which is an ideal choice for the elderly who need to control blood lipids. However, it should be noted that cobalenol for maintaining muscle and nerve health, vitamins necessary for bone metabolism, and essential fatty acids are all concentrated in the egg yolk part. It is recommended that people with cardiovascular sensitivity adopt a compromise plan. One whole egg with additional egg white can not only obtain complete nutrition but also achieve precise control of cholesterol intake. What role do poultry egg products play in sports rehabilitation? Their core value lies in providing a full-spectrum amino acid combination, including the 9 essential components required for muscle tissue repair. Whether it is relaxation after morning walking training or rehabilitation training for muscle stiffness, this natural nutrition package can provide a material basis for muscle fiber remodeling and effectively enhance the anti-cramp ability. What benefits do they bring to the elderly with fatigue or balance disorders? These symptoms mostly stem from muscle strength decline, inefficient metabolic engines, or microcirculation deficiencies. Poultry egg products, with the triple support of high-quality protein complexes, cobalenol, and vitamin D, can effectively stabilize energy supply and improve nerve coordination. if combined with fermented dairy products or dark green leafy vegetables to form a nutritional golden triangle. A vibrant breakfast plan that takes into account both muscle care and nerve support to be created. How should poultry egg products be cooked scientifically? It is recommended to use mild cooking methods that preserve nutrients, boiling to set the shape, steaming at a low temperature, or gently frying with extra virgin olive oil. Cooking methods that involve pairing with high-fat dairy products or smoked meat products should be avoided. It is advisable to ferment anti-cramp ingredient platter with tender spinach rich in magnesium, sweet potatoes abundant in potassium, or multi-green bread rich in B vitamins to create a nutritional synergistic effect. 8. Natural sap beverage. The unique value of the sap of the coconut tree, known as the active beverage in the plant kingdom, comes from the natural electrolyte complex it contains, rich in key minerals such as potassium, magnesium, sodium, and calcium. These elements work together to regulate muscle contractions and maintain fluid balance. It has significant regulatory value for the elderly whose muscle cramps are caused by dehydration, trace element deficiencies, or drug reactions, in the field of fluid replenishment. What are the characteristics of coconut tree sap compared with traditional drinking water or functional beverages? Although basic drinking water can replenish water, it lacks the electrolyte network necessary to maintain muscle activity. Commercially available sports drinks often have problems such as excessive refined sugar, artificial additives, and sodium salts, which are not friendly to the elderly who need to control their blood pressure. In comparison, this plant-derived liquid has the characteristics of low sugar and purity, achieving the dual benefits of fluid nourishment and mineral supplementation. Does it rely only on potassium to fight cramps? In fact, a complex mineral matrix is formed. A single cup contains about 600 milligrams of potassium, exceeding the potassium content of a medium-sized banana. At the same time, it is also equipped with magnesium and trace amounts of calcium and sodium, constructing a multi-dimensional mineral synergistic system that precisely addresses the complex causes of lower limb cramps. Is it effective against drug-induced cramps, especially those caused by diuretics? Most people using cardiovascular drugs face the problem of electrolyte loss, which is a potential cause of frequent cramps. This natural sap gently replenishes the lost potassium and magnesium elements, avoiding the metabolic burden of chemical supplements and achieving a gradual restoration of physiological balance. When is the best time to drink it for optimal preventive effects? It is recommended to implement a time-segmented supplementation strategy. Drinking it after physical activities during the day can immediately repair the electrolyte level, and drinking an appropriate amount before going to bed can form a continuous protective barrier, especially after increased sweating or taking excretory drugs. It serves as an important part of the body fluid management system. What should be noted for long-term consumption? Although it is a natural food, its high potassium content requires special groups to be vigilant. Patients with renal insufficiency or certain heart diseases need to control their intake under professional guidance. It is advisable to choose the original variety without added sugar to avoid the interference of hidden sugar in the nutrition management plan. 9. Nutritional analysis of sweet potatoes. As a nutritional complex in the plant kingdom, the tubers of sweet potatoes stand out with their unique mineral matrix. This natural food-rich and dietary fiber cleverly integrates three anti-cramp elements: potassium, magnesium, and calcium, providing a natural electrolyte balanced supplementation solution for the elderly and avoiding reliance on synthetic preparations or deeply processed foods. It can be regarded as a natural mineral and vitamin nurtured by the earth. Whether it is baked into a puree, steamed, or made into crispy slices, its nutritional efficiency can be released. How does the mineral efficiency of sweet potatoes compare with that of bananas, the traditional benchmark for potassium supplementation? Data reveals that its potassium content often exceeds that of bananas. After thermal processing, the potassium reserve of a standard-sized door and sweet potato tuber can exceed the threshold of 500 milligrams. What's more, it has a metabolic advantage in its slow-release carbohydrate structure, which helps maintain insulin sensitivity, especially important for the elderly who need to control their blood sugar. Does it have the function of regulating inflammation? The bioactive substances it is rich in exhibit a dual protection mechanism. The antioxidant defense line, composed of carotene precursors and vitamin C complexes, effectively neutralizes the damage caused by free radicals generated during exercise. For the elderly with both joint stiffness and muscle soreness, this nutritional combination can not only relax muscle fibers through magnesium, but also establish an anti-inflammatory barrier at the molecular level. How should the best intake time be planned? It is recommended to deploy nutrition in combination with the circadian rhythm. Ingesting it during the evening can give full play to the continuous energy supply characteristics of complex carbohydrates. Together with the muscle-relaxing minerals, it forms a protective network against nocturnal cramps. If combined with high-quality proteins such as poultry eggs or deep-sea fish catches, a full-spectrum anti-cramp dietary system can be constructed. How can we maximize the retention of nutritional activity? It is recommended to use a nutrition-preserving process. Low-temperature baking or steaming can preserve heat-sensitive vitamins and potassium to the greatest extent. Boiling treatment is likely to cause the loss of water-soluble minerals. It is recommended to reuse the cooking liquid as the base of the stock. Innovative matching plans, such as sprinkling a small amount of cinnamon powder and pairing it with fermented dairy products, can achieve a triple supplementation of potassium, calcium, and protein and achieve a nutritional synergistic effects. 10. Nutritional analysis of almonds. Compared with traditional magnesium sources such as spinach or plant seeds, almonds exhibit a more three-dimensional nutritional structure. This nut is not only rich in magnesium but also integrates tocopherol, high-quality, non-saturated fatty acids, plant protein, and trace amounts of calcium, forming a multidimensional nutritional matrix that promotes muscle fiber repair and improves microcirculation. Its storage-resistant characteristic is particularly suitable for the elderly with a busy lifestyle, serving as a convenient and healthy supply station. What special contribution does tocopherol make to the health of the lower limbs? As a powerful antioxidant barrier, this fat-soluble vitamin effectively protects muscle cells from oxidative damage and has a significant protective effect on degenerative muscle tissues. At the same time, by maintaining the function of the vascular involvia, it ensures the efficiency of oxygen molecule and nutrient delivery, reducing the probability of cramps from the root. How can we achieve a night protection through almonds? Its slow-release energy system and mineral slow-release mechanism form an all-day protection network. Consuming about 20 grams in the afternoon can prevent exercise-induced muscle tension. Before going to bed, pairing it with fermented dairy products or low GI fruits can achieve deep relaxation of the muscle groups at night through the synergistic effect of magnesium and calcium. Does the processing method affect its effectiveness? The original or low-temperature baked and slatted varieties can retain the nutritional activity to the greatest extent. We should be wary of the risks of sodium load and trans fatty acids brought by candied or fried products, especially for those who are sensitive to cardiovascular diseases, who should choose the original form. How can we control the scientific intake amount? It is recommended to consume 15-20 almonds about 30 g per day, which can meet 20 of the daily magnesium requirement without causing excessive calorie intake. The method of pre-packaging and storing can be used to quantify in advance, or it can be incorporated into nutritional smoothies, grain bowls, and cold dishes to enhance the richness of the diet. So far, a panoramic analysis of 10 types of anti-cramp ingredients has been completed, from the rapid potassium supplementation of bananas to the continuous magnesium supply of almonds. This is not only a dietary guide, but also a scientific nutritional intervention strategy. Looking at the essence through the phenomenon, lower limb cramps are often a warning of metabolic imbalance issued by the body, which may be caused by electrolyte disorders, microcirculation disorders, or chronic inflammation. Its solution abandons the dependence on drugs and constructs physiological balance through targeted nutritional supplementation. Bananas and sweet potatoes build the potassium reserve to maintain regular muscle contractions. Avocados and almonds form a magnesium vitamin E protection network to achieve dual relaxation of nerves and muscles. Green leafy vegetables and plant seeds provide in-depth support of trace elements. Deep-sea fish inhibit inflammatory mediators through the combined action of 3 fatty acids and vitamin D. Fermented dairy products and poultry eggs provide essential substances for nerve conduction. Coconut water achieves dynamic electrolyte balance. These ingredients each focus on specific physiological links and ultimately weave a multidimensional anti-cramp nutritional network. If this content has inspired you, please click the little red heart to support our original popular science. Your recognition is the driving force for our continuous output. Welcome to share your practical experience or raise your concerns in the comments section. We will select typical questions for special interpretation. Subscribe to the channel now and turn on notifications to obtain the latest health management plan. Master the key to proactive health. And we will meet again in the next issue.